Good afternoon, everyone. It's Karen Jean with Ex Libris Crafts, and thank you for joining me this afternoon. I was sitting here working on the journal, and my creativity seems to be flowing a little bit, so I thought I would turn the camera on to take you guys through it with me. What I've done here on this page is I've just added, well, let me flip back to where we were. This is where we left off on our last time video. What I did was I outlined this to give it a little bit more dimension, and I made this little bookmark so that people can see that it is, or tag journaling space, a tuck spot, and it's on pale lavender paper. And I used the same stencil I had, the brick wall stencil, the same green, to get it to match a little bit, and just cut out a tulip there, of course, tulips. So there. So what I did on this page, this is in the back of our second signature, was because I've already used this paper, I figured I would go on to continue to use it if I had anything to do with it. So on this page here, on the left-hand page, what I did was I made tuck spots. So here is one tuck spot here. Then I folded a piece of the paper that I made, and I have a tuck spot behind it and a tuck spot here. So we have 3 tuck spots, and there are thumb holes as indicators there. Also, I cut a large 2.5 inch circle in half and quartered it to make tiny little corner tucks there on the bottom. Then what I had was I had the other half of the circle, and I put some of the liquid pearls on it to outline it. And I had this blank page, and I thought, well, maybe I could just put that there on the side, you know, as a side tuck. Oh, look, the paint's not dry. I'm getting it all over my fingers. And then I said, well, gosh, that looks actually like a door, which led me to where I am now. So let me try to move that without getting paint on it. See? Paint. Let me see if I can get that off with the baby wipe. So this could be the door, and actually, you know, kind of like a secret garden thing. So where I am now, just get the paint off my fingers, is I have glued this portion down because I thought I would make this a flip out. This would be the door, so that is going to be the door latch, so to speak. It might be on the wrong side. But if I have that there, right, like a little half circle, and this is going to be tucked, that's fine. So I've actually made sure I cut this piece out so that they're all lined up. And it's going to be a flip out. I was going to do it the other way, flip it this way, but it's a continuation of what we have over here on the left-hand side. So, and it hangs over the page just a little bit, and that's fine. I'll just glue that entire piece down. I'm not going to use that for anything except for border. But where I am now is, what I was thinking is putting in a couple of windows, you know, cutting out a couple of holes, because of course I have plenty of, I saved the acetate. Where is it? Wrong drawer. I saved the acetate from packaging, when, you know, the clear acetate when it comes in packaging, but I also save, as I'm sure many of you do, these junk mail envelopes or bills envelopes. So I could just use the acetate here from one of these. And also I put together, I'll show you in another video, using these envelopes, I put together a little journal, something a little bit different than what I've seen. I was poking around YouTube one day to see, well, what are we going to do with all these, and see what kind of creativity other minds have had, and it was all pretty much the same. So I've done something what I think is a little different, and I'll show it to you in another video. But where we are now is making windows for this. I think that'll be really cute. making little windows. And then, because obviously I'm going to have to cover this with something, so I'll cut out the windows, put the acetate down, and then when I cover it with something, I could actually cut a slit in it or something to make it a tuck spot as well. I think that's a very clever idea, honestly, if I say so myself. So the thing is that I need a piece. I don't think I want it, because I'm gonna cut up the envelope. So let me get one that doesn't actually have to. Oh, those are too big. Well, let me use that one. I like that size. Oh, might be a little bit too big. Might be a little bit too big, although I'm going to cut it down anyway, so what difference does it make? Let me use that one. All right, so let's cut this first. Let me put this aside. I don't want it to. I want it to dry. Okay, and yes, I'm just throwing it away. I'm not gonna save everything. And this is the piece I want. So it doesn't have to be exact, because it is going to be covered up in the back. I'm actually going to have to cut this down. I cut so straight, don't I? Okay, so that will, let me trim this down a little bit more. That will fit there. And somebody said cut into the fold to keep that from happening. To keep it as straight as possible, you cut towards the fold, not away from the fold. I think that was Tina over in Shabby Dabby Doodah who I heard say that. So that'll fit. And actually I could just glue this whole thing down and make that the tuck spot. And then cover this. Okay, we'll do that. So now the thing is, what kind of windows are we gonna do? This is the difficult part. I'm gonna make a template for this. All right, let me move this book out of the way. Here's a piece of scrap paper. Here. I'll just use this for my template. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to lightly score around this. Whoops, let me use this side. You know, just press down with the edge of my bone folder so I know where the window panes are. And I'm thinking in my head, obviously in my head as opposed to my elbow, right? I'm thinking that, although it's rather a limited space, that maybe 2 little 4-pane windows. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking anyway. All right, let me see if I can see these score marks. Excuse my head for a second here. I can barely see them. Let's try that again. There. This time, let's use the pointy end. I don't want to rip or damage the acetate window, although then I could always just go and get another envelope out if I need to. Let's see. Okay, those I can see. Well, I could see them. Now I can't see them. Ooh. There. 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 Okay. So 4 inches. We'll 4, it's not 4, it's 4, almost 4.5 inches. Not quite 4.5 inches, which means let's just do 2 1/4. So that's our center line. Okay. And we're going to want to make sure, and if we do, let's see, if we do 1/4 inch all the way around, right? Go in here. Oh, that's 1/8 inch, I'm sorry. 1/8 inch all the way around. I'll just do it there. I'm not quite sure where that one goes. All right. 1/8 inch all the way around. So that means the center will be 1/4 inch. That means the center will be 1/4 inch. Oh, that's fine because there's extra. Yeah, that's fine. So the ends will probably wind up being about 1/4 inch as well. I just want to, because with something like this, if they weren't as close to size and lined up as possible, I think it would be a definite eyesore. Of course, we can do one here and one here, but well, we could do that too. Look at that. Here I am changing my mind. Here I am changing my mind. I don't know. What do you think? Should we do one here and one down here? That would look cute. If we do that though, this one will not be a tuck spot down here, just the top one will be because of access. Yeah, okay, we could do that. All right, well, let us continue. Let us continue. So I'm going to need another envelope. See if I can get one with the same size window, or a window that is, it doesn't matter, it just has to be, well, I don't want to waste those. Let's not waste those. Here. There we go. Oh, there's that expression again. All right. Now I said the bottom one is not going to be a tuck spot. So I just need I will glue something to it on the other side. I'll glue something to it on the other side to make it a permanent, you know. I'll find something. I'll think of something. I'll think of something. Okay, so I'm just going to need one of these windows. So what do I have here? 1 and, oh good lord, so it's 7/8, so it's, oh for heaven's sakes. All right, let's change the measurements. Let's change the measurements just a little bit. This is 1.5, 1.5. So if I do a 1 and 1/4 inch, 1 1/4 inches. How big is this? Oh, for heaven's sakes. 1 1/4. This is where I need my quilter's ruler. Quilter square. 1 1/4. One 1/4. And hopefully, et voila, 1 1/4. So the middle of 1 1/4, oh, I'm so bad at math. So that's 5/4. Oh, goodness gracious. So it's a half, 1 inch is a half and an eighth. There we go, a half and then an eighth. A half and then an eighth. A half and then an eighth. Oops, there. When all else fails, a half and an eighth. And there is our little window. Now, I'm going to need to make these that's a 1/4. That's a half. That's a 1/4. That's a 1/4. Okay. I think I have this figured out. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. So this is, I've got the lines marked here for cutting. What I was playing around with is that I think I'm not going to be able to cut the panes thin enough. So I thought that I could either use a really thin piece of washi tape or use some liquid pearls to mark the panes on the outside. That was my thinking. Now, what is the best thing to cut this out with? Oh gosh. All right, I'm going to get it started. So many different kinds of blades. I'm going to get it started with this. Just mark a line in the middle. Just to cut through it. Okay. And now I'm just going to use my scissors to cut an X to those corners. Almost lost my, got where I was cutting there for a second. This is cardstock. Paper is a little bit easier. It's a little easier to do this on regular paper than it is cardstock. But we do the big X in the middle. And then it'll be much easier. Just cut them out. I should have paid closer attention. I could have made my lines actually feels like Saturday to me, but it's only Friday. Oh, that's my grandson. I guess he's upstairs playing some kind of games with his friends or something. Okay, this is let me use my finger blade on this one. I might as well just use the finger blade. And excuse my head, make sure everything's in frame here. This little finger blade, it's Fiskars. And my lines are there. Shh, but I go off sometimes, darn it. Gosh, dagnabbit. Dagnabbit. Which is why I prefer to use my scissors, because I'm not skilled with this darn finger blade. I'm very skilled with a rotary cutter though. Sugar shoes. All right, the finger blade's going back away. Some people are very skilled with it. I'm not one of them. Let's try these little guys instead. Right there, these little guys will work better. There we go. Oh, I said it again. Oh my goodness. It's really hard to see the marks on this. So there's one. I'll have to fix that with something. I'll figure it out. A little bit of micropore or something. And if I outline them on the outside, I could probably cover that up anyway. When I glue down I could also fix it when I glue in the acetate for the window. Probably do that. I have no idea what that boy is doing. He's already done with his schoolwork for the day. And my daughter is working from home today, I think. She's a nurse practitioner at a local hospital. I'm not quite sure what she's doing, to tell you the truth. Not to be 11 years old again and no school, right? Could you imagine? I would be very upset. I loved school. Glue on my fingers. Well, there's a surprise. All right, just about done. Cut these out. There. I hope this comes out the way I want it to. Excuse me, itchy nose. If not, I'll figure something else out. Yes, I threw those all away. I did. Now. Oh, shoot, I put it on the wrong side. That's okay. It's not going to matter. And this is going to go here in the center. Oh, I know just what to do, and then I know just what to put here. Oh, this is going to be... I'm having such fun with this. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so now the thing to do is... This is the one I was going to put up here. Raise it up a little bit. There. Oh, I should probably do something about that blue. It is a tuck spot, but what happens if you don't have anything tucked into it? So that means no, that has black paint on that. I was using that for something. Here we go. Oh, gosh darn it, I said it again. paper, and I don't think I need the whole piece. Just to try to cover that up. That's just plain. This is cardstock, and I don't want it to get thicker and thicker and thicker because the piece of paper that this is going on, it is a heavier weight paper than the other pages because it's a linen resume type paper or something. When AC Moore was going out of business, they had the whole box, they had boxes on sale for like 50 cents. I should have bought more than one. But hindsight is 20/20. But my point is that even it's not I'm not building this all on top of cardstock. So I don't know how much weight that paper can actually handle, is what the point I'm trying to make. Although this is the one that's, I will fix that. So there. Still can kind of, I don't know if you can, but because there's glare and stuff, but I can still kind of see through the wording on that. So I'm not thrilled with that. I can cover it with, okay, my mind's churning. So this is like we're looking inside of a house if there's nothing tucked into it, right? So I can cut out, find some copies of some paintings or something, or a home scene, and put that in there as well as the bottom. So I'll be back again.